Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now this is a quick update on the Jeep project that we've been working on. My wife Michelle will be joining us soon. Well, I say soon, it's been quite a while since I called her.
More moments later.
Anyway, so I'll show you what we've started doing. So we've taken off the rock steps, or the rock guards really, because the wife's quite short and she struggles to get in the Jeep. So yeah, we've taken those off. We're going to get some fabricate. What are you doing?
I'm getting in.
Really?
How else do you want me to get in?
Welcome back to the channel, guys. We thought we'd give you an update for the Jeep project. Before we do that, I would like to introduce Michelle. This is my wife, Michelle. People, Michelle. So yeah, we've done a few things under lockdown. I hope everybody is safe out there and doing well. And I know it's a pain in everybody's backside, but at least we have this time to do the things we need to do and just get through all those little little projects that we will need to complete. So it is a good time to get things done. So we've done a few things to the Jeep, such as a steering stabilizer is one of the first things we've done. What difference did you notice straight away?
I'm not going to drive into a wall.
So definitely, I mean, from my experience, my wife drove the vehicle back from when we bought it, so I didn't have the first experience of it, but I did take it out for a few test rides, and I noticed that it was quite skittish on the road. So it was very sort of unnerving, especially on the bitumen or on the tar. It didn't react as well and didn't feel very stable or planted. So we ordered a new stabilizer, and the one that was on the vehicle was completely shot. It was leaking oil everywhere. It still had a little bit of resistance, but it was completely shot. So we replaced that. I'll show you that in a second, how we did that. And it's made, I mean, for myself personally, I took it for a quick test ride, and it made a world's difference. Would you agree? Yeah. Yeah. It's so much more planted. It just feels much more better, much more confident. So that was a great thing to do. If you want to do it. So the other thing we did was remove the rock guards. I remember mentioning it to you guys. The wife is 5'2", so she struggles to get in and out of the Jeep. She has to use the pull handles to get in and out. And even for myself, being 6 foot, that is tricky getting in and out of the Jeep without side steps. So we've taken those rock guards off. I'll show you a few things that I've noticed with the rock guards. That's it might be key for you guys to have a look out for. And then we lowered your seat. That made a difference, right?
Yeah, it's going to reach the clutch now.
So, I mean, for myself, 6 foot, it is a little bit more cramped than my Ranger. Because with the Ranger, you've got a variety of different moves. You've got up and down and back and forth. So with the Jeep, you're a little bit more limited because it's the age of it. It's either back and forward, or it's you know, the seat tilts forward and back. That's the only thing you can do. So, but what I noticed is that the seats were heightened with these spaces. So we just removed those, dropped the seat down, and I think it's made a little bit of a difference, which is quite nice. Yeah, especially for yourself. You feel more confident now?
Yeah, it's more comfortable.
Yeah, more comfortable. And you did say that you feel a bit more confident when we took it for a drive anyway. You feel better doing it.
More control in the car.
Yeah, that's good. So that's a good thing. If you buy an older Jeep, just have a look around. One thing I did notice about the Jeep, it is everything with the Jeep, especially with bolts, anything to do with the chassis externally, has been a tough going process, because it's a 23-year-old machine, and it's been off-road, and it's been subject to, you know, salt and rust and stuff. So it's you need to take your time with things like this. You don't expect bolts to just come off easily and things to be changed. I've kind of had to suck up my pride and, you know, take my time with things and not be a bit more like a bull in a china shop and get things done. So yeah, that's kind of prepared myself, and then I've had to tap holes, rethread bolts, all that kind of thing. So be aware of that, and we'll show you all that in a second. And we figured out how the soft top works. What that was kind of experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like a bunch of monkeys.
So one thing I didn't want to do is go online and have a look at like a step-by-step guide. I wanted to figure out myself. I like to do things like that, reverse engineer things and really figure things out. So yeah, we figured it out, and it's really simple to do. But what we were doing was removing the side windows, and I think you don't really need to do that. I think you mentioned that this morning. So we're going to have a look at that, see what we can do, and we'll take you guys around the Jeep and show you what we've done and explain the processes and the hardships that we've gone through so far. So yeah, let's take you out there and have a look at the Jeep. Righty, steering stabilizer now. Now this took some doing to change. This bolt here was a complete pain in the backside. This is like a pressed unit, so the more you tighten this bolt, it's like a flared bolt that goes through here, so it actually tightens it, it grips in, so there's no movement in there. Overall it's simple to change, but it's getting this bolt out which is the tricky bit. So I had to really hammer the old one out. I had to heat it up, get it out. Not ideal, but yeah, we overall made a huge difference. This is the Rough Country steering stabilizer, very, very cost effective. I think we paid about £50 for it. So definitely worth doing and checking up on your steering stabilizer. Right, let's have a look at the rock guards. Rock guards, very simple to change. We've got a row of little bolts, and then what they do is you've got the retaining nuts that are inside the vehicle. So you've got several of these, and with like a retaining plate, they're in the vehicle. So just be aware of those. And there's 4 nuts and bolts, well I say more bolts and then rivet nuts underneath. So what you'll notice is that I've actually changed out a couple of the rivet nuts because they were completely rusted and completely shot. Most of them are re-threaded and sorted them out, so that was quite easy to do. So it's just a matter of just neatening up some of these areas. What we're going to be doing. So the actual rock guards is a 3mm plate that actually protects the side of the body and the lower part of the body from any impacts. And then what we're going to be doing is on that plate we're going to be fabricating a 50mm tube that kind of shoots off, swings round, and then goes back in, and then we'll have a plate on the top of that. So it's actually like a stepping platform, and then in the vehicle, so it'll be in line with the mud guards, which will be quite nice and handy. And we will obviously treat that and you give that a nice sort of off-road look. And now for the seat. Seat was pretty simple. These are the spaces that were beneath the seat. These lifted them just enough for my wife's knee to clash against the dash here. So lowering that has made quite a significant difference. Now she has the clearance needed to operate the clutch, a lot more comfortably. So that's definitely worth looking at if you guys are struggling for space in there, or if you need to gain space, then I suggest adding some of these spaces, which is a good thing. So what we'll do is we'll show you the soft top next, and what we've done. And if you've not done a soft top before, let's show you how it's done. Righty, with the soft top, first thing that we noticed is these clips. So you undo these clips. You've got to move your sun visors out of the way. Undo these clips on either side, so we undo those, and then we loosen the windows. Yeah, so we completely took the windows off. And I think there might be an easy way to do this by just zipping up halfway, up to about there, and then pulling the whole roof back. So I think the tension of the roof obviously is kept down by this bottom part of the window here, and in this retaining clip here. So we'll undo that side, zip it up about half up to the top there, and then we'll see if that pulls back. And then yeah, you can remove these completely, which is pretty cool. And then we'll show you how it's done. Okay, so you want to undo these clips at the top. They've been undone now. Am I doing all the work now? Okay.
It's the man's job, isn't it?
Man's job, right? Okay, so lots of Velcro. So we'll do this zip that way, halfway. So we're learning now, okay? Then you've got this retaining clip here that just pulls out. And that just basically, it just slides underneath this bodywork here. So, and then you've got one on this side as well. So we'll pull that out to the top there. It looks like it's going to work. Okay. So we'll do the other side. Let's go around to the other side and let's do that. Exactly the same process. almost forgot about these. These are the tricky ones. They're quite tight. So what I found is if you push the roof up and let go, you can pull them out. Right. Same again with the front. That's loose. I forgot about the other ones on the other side, so I'm going to have to go do those. Now it's just a matter of pushing the roof. So it does work, but these get in the way, I
It's
think.
got some wings.
Yeah, so you can probably tuck these away.
Can you not fold them in before you?
I guess.
Not fold them up?
No, there's nothing that holds them back. The only thing is,
Like fold them in? Yeah.
in there. That would be good.
Yeah, before you take it all the way down.
Just get it put to the other side. Fold them in here. And then, same thing.
6.5
Alright.
hours later.
Maybe they have to come off then.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to come off. Because otherwise you're dealing with this.
I can fly.
Yeah. So I think ideally they want to come off. We thought we would be smart and leave them on and we can roll them up. If anybody has an idea on how to do this differently, let us know down below. So there you have it. There's a little bit of an update to what we've done to the Jeep. Hopefully we didn't make a complete arse of ourselves by doing the soft top, but that's kind of how we figured it out together. If you guys know how to do it easier, or if you have any tips for us, let us know. And then there has been a lot of people in terms of how to treat your soft tops in terms of cleaning and aftercare. There are various products on the market, but what do you guys suggest we use for ours? Ours is a little bit dirty and dull. We just want to sort of spruce it up and make it look a little bit better.
Make it supple.
Yeah, and make it supple, because it is quite rigid and hard because it's been sat around for quite some time. So we've got a few things coming for the Jeep. We've got some spotlights. We've got some really nice spotlights. We've changed the old horrible candle in jars.
We know how you like your lights.
Yeah, so yeah, we've got really nice spotlights on their way. So we'll show you how to install those and get those installed. I'm going to run them with some DRL, so they look quite smart. Then we've got retaining rings coming for the headlights, because the ones that are currently in there, several little of the pins broke. You'll know what I mean if you're a Jeep owner, you know exactly what I mean when these little retaining clips break. So we've got some new ones come in. What else is there?
Bull bar.
Bull bar. Yeah, we're looking at the bull bar. We are looking at the rough country one. We really like the look of the rough country. It has place for a winch, and you can integrate a 20-inch light bar in there as well, so which is quite handy. So we don't want to go too crazy with lights, but yeah, just enough so when we go off-roading at night, we've got sufficient light.
And the tie lights.
Yes, and we want to do some rock lights. So that's what I want to do, upgrade my Ranger. I do have rock lights in there, but they are not the best, and they are coloured, and some of the RGB colours are kind of broken, and they don't really work that well. So we want to get the ones from Steady, which are completely white. I think that'll look quite nice on the Jeep, or mainly the Ranger as well, when we go off-roading at night. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the update. And then as things come in, obviously over time, we will share it with you guys, and we'll see more of Michelle in the Jeep project videos. And thank you very much for watching, guys. And if you haven't already done so, smash the like button and consider subscribing. And we will definitely see you guys in the next one. See ya.